Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion. Now, joining me today is MJ from Geeklist TV. MJ, why don't you say hello to everyone listening?
We're gonna record a video!
See, we already messed this up once, and he actually interrupted me that time, so I was expecting to get interrupted with, but he always likes to, I guess, mess with me. And today we're gonna be talking about, in Dragon Ball Super, 6 potential fights that will define Dragon Ball Super as a series. And I'm talking about epic matches between people that we already know in the series that would be so unbelievably exciting for everyone involved in terms of the fandom or just the creators or anything, that we would remember those fights, and it would be something that we think of for years and years and years to come. So we have 6 of them today, and I'm going to get us started off right now, plain and simple. Jiren versus Hit. Maybe in the Tournament of Power, maybe outside of the Tournament of Power, we don't know. But when we get to the point where we inevitably are going to have Jiren fight Hit in this particular series, I really want Hit and Jiren to go out it so fucking hard that it actually just jaw drops, and we don't necessarily know how either the Tournament of Power or the next fight is going to top that particular fight. And to give everyone some kind of context in terms of, I guess, another anime that basically did the exact same thing is, and hopefully Dragon Ball Super can do it better because it has to show what happens afterwards, is, and spoiler warning for you, MJ, when we had the epic fight at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho.
I already know about it.
You already know about it. All right, so when we had that epic match between Yusuke and Yomi at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, that epic match, I mean, it was so freaking awesome in terms of actually, maybe not the best arc at all, but an epic fight. And then afterwards, basically afterwards, it wakes up and being like, yeah, that fight was awesome, but the best fights happened afterwards. And you're like, wait, what? Can we go back and see those fights? That would be awesome, but we can't. So, the one thing Dragon Ball Super could do in that particular instance is show us someone or 2 people entitled, I guess, involved in the series proper that could fight, and we know that probably Jiren's going to win in that situation. But giving us an epic fight between him and Hit would be something to see, and also, I guess, hype us up for anything that's going to happen afterwards. Potentially maybe Goku versus Jiren or anything else that could happen after that particular fight. So I really think that would help define not only the series as a whole, but also the Tournament of Power. What are your thoughts?
I can just picture that. Shit, I should have used this on my Mark Out Moment series. Hit versus Jiren, that's a money-making match right there, dude. You could just title an episode Hit versus Jiren, and that could get some huge-ass ratings, dude. That's all I'm saying. Because just picture this. Let me paint a picture for you guys. Look, I'm going to be your Picasso right now, if that makes sense. I'm going to paint a picture. Picture the Tournament of Power stage. Picture everyone going at it. Picture all these dudes just hitting the shit out of each other, girls as well. All these people just hitting the shit out of each other, right? Just going at it. You got Goku throwing someone out. You got people throwing this guy out, And then it kind of zooms in on Hit, and Hit's doing his thing, and he's throwing as many people out as he can, looking like an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Jiren. It zooms in on Jiren, and he's throwing out as many people as possible, looking like the next big alpha male. You know what I mean? And before you know it, they hit backs. They turn, and they're like, boom! That's just a huge moment right there where they just kind of lock eyes, dude. They're just like, okay, so it's time. And Jiren's like, I came here to do 2 things, man. I came here to win this thing, kick some ass, and I'm already winning, so it looks like I'm gonna have to kick some ass now, dude, that would be, I would love for that to happen, so much. Also, there's this one little line that always stuck with me, and that was back in the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, where, they didn't really know so much about, the Pride Troopers for some reason, Whis and, Beerus, but they knew about Hit, and obviously that could be because Hit's obviously from their twin universe, Universe 6, and because he's probably maybe even more famous to the Pride Troopers, he's a legendary assassin. It would be kind of cool, as soon as the Pride Troopers in Universe 11 steps on the stage, immediately Toppo and Jiren single him out, and they're like, oh, he's here, you know what I mean? And then Jiren's like, okay, I got my eye on him, you know what I mean? That would be, dude, that would give my dick so hard to watch that shit, dude.
That would be so cool. And you know the best part about it is like they have to basically up themselves with the next fight, because after that we know that Goku and Jiren are gonna have to fight too.
I know.
So how epic is that gonna be? Like that would be the best. And everyone already thinks that Hit's going to basically be taken out easily. Like the one thing I'm saying here is I don't want it to be easy. I want that to be a long drawn out fight. Even if it's like an episode, even if they dedicate an entire episode of Hit fighting Jiren, would be freaking phenomenal.
Let me say this. When Hit showed up in that mini filler arc, you know, his little assassination arc, if you want to count that as a canon to the anime version of the story, remember this. Hit shows up, Goku states he's a lot stronger than before, and Hit literally knocked Goku out of his Super Saiyan Blue form. This is Goku after the Future Trunks arc. So, Hit is still a monster. If he does go down, he ain't going down without a fight, you know what I mean?
That's exactly. And like I said, a lot of people want him to go down. They want him to go down without a fight just to prove how strong everyone is. But at the same time, that's probably not in their best interest. To have him go down with a fight would be epic, and something that, like I said, could really define this series. Like, oh man, do you remember that fight? Yeah, totally remember that fight.
All right, so I go next, right?
Yeah.
Mine is the epic rematch. Vegeta-san versus Hito. Again, we're talking about Hit. We're stroking Hit's huge cock right now. That's what we're doing right now. But anyways.
The legendary...
The legendary dick, man. That's what we're doing right now. So we have Hit versus Vegeta. This would be an epic rematch to happen in the Tournament of Power, or it could happen, you know, even after that. You know, this is just going to define the series, and I think why it should happen is because of, again, going back to that mini assassination arc where Goku was really intrigued to fight Hit. He wanted to fight Hit without restrictions, you know what I mean? He wanted to test Hit out. So Hit showed up, and they just went at it. They duked it out. It probably wasn't the best looking fight in the series, but it was kind of cool. It showcased his new techniques, or his, I guess, techniques he didn't get to showcase in the tournament. So that was awesome. But remember this. It was kind of hinted at that Hit's kind of like the new rival. So it would be kind of cool to see Vegeta and Hit go at it. Like, kind of see Vegeta, not so much as to get some revenge, I guess, on, you know, that embarrassing loss that he suffered to Hit. It would just be kind of cool to see, like, the two rivals of the main character go at it. You know what I mean? It would be like Piccolo versus Vegeta. We never got that in Z, remember? We never got that in Z. So it would be kind of cool to get that with Super, where we have actually Vegeta go up against Hit. You know, Vegeta kind of be like in Piccolo's role, going up against the next rival, the next badass. You know what I mean? That would be really badass to see, in my opinion. I don't know what you think.
No, I completely understand and agree with that. Like, look, okay, so when it comes to Vegeta and Hit, like you said, not only just rivals, but also Vegeta's pride is kind of in this right now. Like you said, he got completely fucking owned in the last fight they actually had versus each other. And obviously, maybe Vegeta wants it to come out back for blood, or they would find a reason to actually fight each other. Plus, look, with Jiren and the Pride Troopers probably going to find some, you know, Goku and the Pride Troopers at some point, just logically speaking, story-wise, are going to find some common ground. And if Jiren could beat Hit, there's no way that Hit is still going to be on Goku's level, unless it's just impossible to ever find Jiren again after this particular tournament, or Jiren's dead or something like that, that Hit's actually going to continue being Goku's baby new official rival in the series. So like I said, like, it would be really cool if you actually have Vegeta, who is the old rival, and now Hit looking like the new rival, basically be each other's rivals after that point. Maybe actually just fighting each other in order to get stronger and everything like that. Just, and also in terms of, like, Vegeta already knows, when Vegeta fought Hit last time, he didn't know. Like, he was on a huge disadvantage. Now that he knows, I think it's pretty clear throughout all of the examples that you can give from all of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta is a smarter fighter than Goku. Like, he thinks on his feet way more. Like, Goku thinks on his feet, but Vegeta plans and strategizes a lot. So, in terms of actually fighting Hit's main abilities, Vegeta would probably do much better in terms of actually fighting Hit in that particular situation. So, seeing them fight, and without having to pull out, you know, pull out your ass Kaioken times 10, would be something really interesting to see, and I would really like to see it going forward. It would definitely, in my opinion, define Dragon Ball Super to see Vegeta actually have a fight that actually I guess, reshape the boundaries of what was possible and what we actually saw from the series.
Hit us with the next one, Real.
This is probably a little easy bit one for everyone to guess, but one thing I really want to see is I want to see an official fight between Beerus and Champa, and not the Tournament of Power, but at least some point in this particular series. And I know they've shown examples. Vados and Whis have stopped them like on 2 occasions. Look, they need to fight, and they need to go all out, because if they fight, they destroy both universes, or they can at least destroy both universes. In order to see that particular power, in order to see that particular situation between 2 gods fighting, would be something beyond anything that we've ever seen in Dragon Ball Super. Not just because like it has the potential to be something incredibly awesome to see for this particular tournament, or not tournament, but like this particular series, but also Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, for a lot of the fan base, when we talk about power levels, when we talk about scaling, is not so much number based so much as it is scale. Like, what happens when people fight? What do they do in order to fight each other? And what does it look like they can accomplish? When Beerus and Champa fight each other, even just remotely, not even necessarily trying, not going all out, literally standing on a table, they start shaking the boundary between 2 universes. Do you not want to tell me that that would be fucking awesome to see them go head to head in an all-out fight, and for whatever reason, to go out in an all-out fight where they're doing nothing but trying to literally kill each other? That would be awesome.
I definitely agree with you on that. It's like feats, maybe we want to see some feats. Like we saw a few feats in the BOG arc, where like they were gonna destroy the universe or whatever, SSG Goku versus Beerus. So it would be kind of cool to see that, but even on a scarier level, you know what I mean? We would be seeing 2 gods of destruction, 2 brothers going at it, trying to like tear their throats out for whatever reason. Who cares? Whatever. It even could be for food. So if it's for food, I could just imagine them being completely upset and just wanting to tear each other apart. So it would be cool to see 2 gods of destruction, because think about it, it would be kind of be the first, wouldn't it? So the first 2 gods of destruction to actually go at it, you know what I mean? I think that just kind of speaks for itself. I think everyone's wanted to see like the gods of destruction fight, wanted to see them actually go all out, because I think it's kind of been shown to us painfully that Beerus wasn't really taking his SSG fight seriously with Goku, so it's like, that wasn't really a thing. So it would be cool to kind of see Beerus go at it 100%. What would happen to the universe and everyone in it? I guess that's just for the Dragon Balls to fix for whatever happens, but it would just be awesome to see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
okay.
My next one is moving on from the gods of destruction. How about we see their babes? Oh no, Whis is a dude, right? Forgot.
No, Whis is still a bae.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so we have Whis versus Vados, the angels, the attendants of Beerus and Champa. Now, again, just going off the concept of gods of destruction fighting, it would be cool to see the angels fight. Why? Because we know Whis is stronger than Beerus. He's his martial arts master. The same could be said for Vados, and we know she's stronger than Champa because of that statement she made in the manga where she was like, I'm stronger than you, Whis, and Whis is like, I've been training, bitch. So it would be kind of cool to see actually them go at it. Bro, can you imagine if 2 gods of destruction start to shake like the very boundaries? Like I remember in that baseball episode, they were like creating all different types of weather elements just by throwing punches. Can you imagine what would happen if 2 angels went at it like pissed off? Like, dude, that's like some multiversal dimension cracking shit right there. I don't even know what could happen with there, dude. Like the Grand Priest would have to come back in reverse time for or something. I don't fucking know. But that would be amazing to see like Whis and Vados go at it, because just think about it. How many like badass females are there, So it would actually be cool to see her take it to Whis, and they're going at it like fucking blowing up planets. Like I want to see when they fight, they're flying from solar system to solar system, bro, just blowing shit up, like just going at it, duking it out. Because we know fucking there's only 28 planets of more life in Universe 7, so they can fight there. Fuck it, right? Why not? So they'll be going at it, tearing each other up. You know what I mean? God, dude, I would love to see that so much. I don't know what about you.
No, dude, I completely agree. Look, when we walked out of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, the movie, there was a couple of really big like bombshells thrown at the very end of that film. One of the biggest ones, in my opinion, even more than like, there's multiple universes and yada, 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 by the way, this guy who's been behind me and basically been waiting on me hand and foot like this entire movie is stronger than me. Like, same thing could be said with Dragon Ball Super, although even though they didn't necessarily say it one way or the other, you could say it with Dragon Ball Super, and it's just the weirdest thing in my opinion. So like, yeah, just seeing Beerus, or no, just seeing Champa and Vados go at it in terms of fighting. The one thing I know this fan base has been dying to see throughout this entire series is we've all wanted to see Whis get his fucking hands dirty. And I agree. Like, look, whether it's fighting Vados or fighting the Grand Priest or something like that, I want angels to fight, because they're supposed to be some of the strongest beings in all existence, if not some of the, you know, like
also
top
hacks
10 type. Yeah, like also hacks with like the whole time skipping ability, or maybe like as somebody has pointed out a long time ago. I'm not even remember. I can't even remember if you're listening to this who said this, but I thought it was really fucking awesome. Was someone saying like, if Whis can go backward in time 3 minutes, maybe Vados can go forward in time, and be like, oh shit, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But like the hacks, the ridiculous nature. Look, if they could just set up like 10 episodes, I mean, if Dragon Ball Super decides to devolve into nothing but just kind of a power scaling the same videos that you do kind of every week with like your versus matches, and just kind of taking two people and making them fight for 3 or 4 episode stints, I think everyone would still just lose their minds, and it would actually be even that much more popular, because people want to see that. And just having, for whatever reason, Vados and Whis fight would be something amazing. And I know I'm probably the person to ask this, because even before it became like a big issue, like whether or not Vados was an evil person, I always thought that she was, and probably she's not, and she's definitely not at this point, but I always wanted her to be, so that would be epic to me.
People have been wanting to see Whis fight since 2013, bro.
Okay, so next I have Goku and Vegeta round 3. Round fucking
Boy!
3. Boy! Okay, so we saw them fight back in the Saiyan arc. You know, that was one of the most epic fights at the time of Dragon Ball, just in general. And then, you know, you asked me, hand to God, one of the best fights in the entire series, one of the best fights, is Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 in the battle in the Buu arc. That was epic. It was multiple episodes, just kind of all the emotion and all the other stuff. I know Geekdom did a video about this a couple of weeks ago, when this video goes up, but he did a video about this in terms of Goku and Vegeta fighting each other for a third time in the Dragon Ball Online storyline, basically going off into the far distances of space, and a supernova was basically recorded. And they've gotten stronger in terms of the continuity since then. So look, having Goku and Vegeta go all out, the old rivals, the old like kind of two Saiyans at probably the peak of their power, the strongest they're ever going to be at any given time, fight each other right here and now would be something epic to see. And I think that the same way that Goku and Vegeta shaped Dragon Ball Z would shape Dragon Ball Super. It would define this entire series and make everyone go, even years down the line, look back and go, yeah, that fucking fight. That was the fucking awesome fight. Like, that made my childhood, my adulthood, that made me relive my childhood type of thing. I would love to see it.
It's funny, we did a video talking about the Tournament of Power before we knew about the rules. So I'm not sure if you remember this, but I brought up the idea that it would be like a tournament where it kind of paid homage to the old Budokai tournaments. So basically everyone could fight. It's like all the universes doing preliminaries, and then whoever makes it to like the final 16 or the final 24, they do brackets, you know, and do it like that. I thought that'd be kind of cool, because that means we would get to see like Universe 6 versus Universe 6, or Universe 7 versus Universe 7, and of course that would lead to, you know, Goku versus Vegeta. You know what I mean? I thought that would be like really badass, because the idea, like especially in my what if scenario in the Tournament of Power where the rules were different, the idea that they're in front of like all these gods and like all these different like universes, like there's a huge crowd, like a huge stadium, like all these other fighters, to have these two low mortals, you know, these two guys who've kind of kind of climbed the ladder, you know what I mean? And here they are, like on the grandest stage, the grandest tournament, you know what I mean? The grand scale, and they're about to tear it up in front of everybody with Gaki. Like, that's just really badass in my opinion. Like, that would be so cool. Like, I could just imagine, remember the reaction in episode, what was it, 82? I think, or 81, where Goku fought Bergamo and he used his blue form and all the gods freaked out because he had Gaki. That would be like, oh my god, that would be so cool to see it like in an actual like tournament with like a whole audience, like all the gods' destruction, all the fighters just watching Goku Blue and Vegeta Blue just decking and going out, like destroying the arena and shit, just like final flashes over here, Kamehamehas over there, you know what I mean? We just got so much shit, you know what I mean? We got a final shine. We got a Genki Dama, you know, we got all that shit going off in the back. It would just be so cool, in my opinion. I think that would really shape the series. And let's not even talk about the Patafu stuff. Let's just talk about what happened in my what if scenario. God, I wish it happened like that now, man. Fuck the Battle Royale. I'm just kidding.
I completely agree. Like, that was something you and I talked about a long time before we actually got some rules for this particular tournament, and it kind of dashed all those hopes and dreams that we had about seeing Goku and Vegeta meeting up at the final round of the Omniversal tournament. It was just, oh man, it would have been so awesome, but like, you know, it is what it is. But personally, I feel like that's just my number one pick right now. Like, that Goku versus Vegeta, you cannot do any better than like basically the original amazing rivalry. And we need round 3. I don't care who wins or for what reason or something. I just don't want any cheating. I don't want any help. At this point, I just want to see who wins based off the merits. And I think they deserve, like, as a fan base, we deserve that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And that is your number one, but it ain't my number one. My number one is this right here. This is probably going to freak a lot of people out. So my number one is Gohan versus Jiren. Even real to real off air asked me, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, motherfucker. I am sure. I am sure. You know what? Fuck. Okay, guys. Mute your shit or whatever, because I'm going to go into some spoilers here. Gohan is supposed to get a heck of a lot stronger pretty soon. So if that's the case, and if that's not like the, you know, the descriptions and provisional titles fucking with us like usual, if he's actually gonna get a lot stronger, that leads me to believe there's a reason for it. And you actually did a video about this, real to real, where it could be leading up to Gohan winning the tournament. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everyone's picturing Goku versus Jiren, and we probably could get it. You know, we probably could get Goku versus Jiren.
I mean, we're most likely.
We see it in the intro, so we're most likely going to get it. Either that, or that's why we see it so long in the intro. It's because we're not going to get it in the tournament. It would be so cool if they threw a curveball and we have Ultimate Gohan versus Jiren. That would be kind of awesome in my opinion, because for just one simple reason, everyone has kind of talked about the idea that, like, you know, this is kind of Goku's fault, or this isn't Goku's fault, or whatever. That's fine. I'm not gonna go into all that. My point here is that Gohan's kind of just been like a afterthought in Super. He's just been doing his thing. You know, he's been studying. He's got a job. He lives in a fucking mansion for whatever reason. He's gonna give that up to go move back with his mom and dad. I don't know fucking why. For whatever reason,
he doesn't. No, he doesn't move. Like, they have their own house in like the middle of nowhere. Like, he's not living with them. They're living on their own. Okay. At the end of Z.
Okay. But anyways,
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
I mean, if he would watch the series, MJ.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Trunks flies and Chi-Chi's like, "Oh, Gohan's at the house," and he goes over there and just meets them. It looks like they're living in the same fucking house. But anyways, we know it's not the same fucking house that he has in Super right now. So for whatever reason, he's gonna give up that house to say, my fucking point is that Gohan has kind of been an afterthought. You know, he's kind of just been like, huh? You know, they don't even tell him exactly what's going on in the future Trunks arc. He's just kind of been out of it. You know what I mean? And here you have Goku just knocking on his door. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, can you come with me to the tournament? This is an exhibition match. Gohan's like, what? Why? And he's like, oh, because the universe is going to be destroyed. He's like, what? Like, what type of shit is that you go tell your son, like, on a Sunday morning, you know? You know what I mean? It's just like, it wasn't actually Sunday, but my point is, guys, is that Gohan has just kind of been out of it, and it would be kind of cool that he's kind of the one that has to clean up all of this mess. You know, it's kind of like these guides have come in, we have these new characters, you know, we have these in-exhibition matches, we have like these power-hungry Zenos who want to watch people beat their dicks off in the middle of the ring. So for Gohan to kind of be the one to step up and who had like really nothing to do with any of this, who had really nothing to do with anything of Super, you know, just kind of being like the dude living his life, you know, getting married, living the American dream, that's what you want to call it, doing his thing. For him to come up and actually be the one to go up against Jiren and actually like defeat Jiren, if you know he could, that would be really badass. I think that would really shape the story, and it'll be like, oh shit, looking back at this in like 10 years, you know, Gohan versus Cell, Gohan versus Boo, Gohan versus Jiren. You remember that fight? Like, oh yeah, motherfucker, I jerked off to that shit, man. We had Sheeta and everything on that, you know what I mean? Like, just going crazy. Like, that would be an awesome moment in my opinion. And it's like, what a curve. Like, what a fucking curveball, bro. Like, that would be such a huge twist that it's like Goku gets eliminated by like Topo or Goku gets eliminated by Hit or something. You're just like, huh? Like, Nani? Yeah. Like, what? And then, like, you know, you actually have Gohan, who's the last one up against Jiren. I think that'd be really badass. Like, that would, I think, I could just picture people that night on Twitter, bro. Twitter will, like, shut down, dude. Crunchyroll will fucking shut down. It would be awesome. I don't know what you think about that.
Oh, no, you know, like, okay. My only thought, like, I have a couple thoughts on this. First of all, yeah, I did do that video, and yes, this arc has basically been setting up Gohan to basically just win, basically just do nothing but win. They've been setting up, it's like, it hasn't been subtle at all. Like, the whole Cell thing back in Dragon Ball Z, that was a little bit subtle. Like, in terms of what they're doing here, like, completely night and day situation. So yeah, like, Gohan winning would be something that would reshape and just define all of Dragon Ball Super at this point. Like, it would completely alter everything that we knew that was possible for any particular character. And that is even considering like what they did with Trunks in the last arc. A couple things on that though. One thing I would really like to see, I would love to see, is, you know how Trunks got Super Saiyan Rage? Where, like, he went gold-haired and he had, like, the whole God aura. I would love Gohan to get that, but with his mystic form. So, like, no gold hair, but God aura. Like, God aura over, like, the milky white, aura. Like, you know, like, the white. Yeah. So, like, yeah, like, that type of stuff would be super awesome. And, like, a new transformation for Gohan that would allow him to be on par with Super Saiyan God, and all this other stuff would be epic. And God, I can only just imagine and picture all of this crap, man, like, just in terms of Gohan actually winning this tournament. And you're right, like, you look back on what you remember from Dragon Ball, and a lot of people remember Gohan versus Cell. Like, that was a defining moment for Dragon Ball Z. The Super Saiyan 2 transformation, taking out a Cell. I mean, even on par, even though it's not necessarily, but just close to it. You know, just really close to the whole Frieza thing. Jiren versus Gohan at the end of this particular tournament, saving the universe, all on his shoulders. Didn't want to have anything to do with this, and was completely dragged into it by his father. Who we all thought was going to be the last person at the end of the fight, fighting the good fight in order to save the universe, the same way that we thought with Cell.
Let me paint a picture for you. Let me paint a picture for you real quick. Now, I'm talking directly to you. This is MJ to Mark right here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Geeklist TV, the real to real. Just imagine this, bro. Imagine you're chilling, on your laptop. You're watching the episode of Crunchyroll. You try to stay away from spoilers. Imagine there's some character who has like this huge self-destruction move or this huge barrier move that could like wipe out so many people, right? And like, just imagine, dude, like this huge move goes off, like it's just, and before you know it, dude, like the smoke clears, and like you have like one guy just breathing heavy, it's like a silhouette, and then it shows Gohan, and then the smoke clears on the other side of the tournament stage, and then it has Jiren, and they just like square off, dude. Damn, dude, dude.
So fucking awesome.
Dude, my dick would just shoot up like that, bro. I would love to see that.
Cut to fucking credits, dude. Like, oh my god.
Dude, and that would get you so hyped, dude. That would get you so hyped for the next episode, bro. Fuck, dude.
The community would completely shut down, dude. Like, it would be like, oh my fucking god. Like, Gohan is the only one left to save the fucking universe. Like, oh man, I could only imagine. Like, the Gohan people fandom has been dicked around this entire fucking series, and they are mad. Seeing something like this would be music to their ears, man. It would be just every shitty thing about this series, in their opinion, just completely written off, and something that they could actually get behind. And I feel like, man, I think you're right. Like this, like that in and of itself, just taking two people that would help define, this would help define Dragon Ball Super. But with that, guys, we're going to leave it off. I know it's been a little bit of a long one, but make sure in the comment section below to tell us who you think you would like to see, what you think would define Dragon Ball Super in terms of one particular fight, or multiple if you want to give us multiple. Like I always say, please make sure to go check out MJ, make some really awesome content for you guys, daily Dragon Ball content and anime other content. He also does anime content.
Hunter x Hunter, man, you need to watch it, dude.
I know I need to watch it, but I'm busy.
Comment down below, guys. Real to real, watch Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, do that, and I might over the summer. I'd actually like to. It's a phenomenal series. Don't get me wrong. I've only seen like 20 episodes.
Now you're trying to defend yourself, series. Bro. Stop it.
Shut up.
There's nothing to defend, bro. You should have watched it already. At the end of the case.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna catch you on the next video. Please make sure to rate, comment, and definitely subscribe for more content like this. New original content, just stuff that you know, MJ and I, or just me and another person, or just me. I mean, if you just like me, that's fine. Please make sure to comment and subscribe. We'll catch y'all later.